Alright guys, welcome back. Now first snapshot of 2013. The snapshot is called 13W01A. So it's a pretty big snapshot. It has a lot to cover. So let's get started right away. First of all, now everything that can be used to place stuff can output a redstone signal. So let's say a dispenser, just put stuff in it and it will output a signal which can trigger whatever works with redstone. Same thing for a furnace and a chest. One thing is that it depends on how much it's full. So right now, as you can see, 3 pistons are open. If I put more cobblestone in the dispenser, there is now all the 4 are open. If I just put one stack, only 1 piston is open. So it depends on how much stuff you have in your storage block, whatever that can store stuff. You probably noticed this new thing here. It's called the comparator. I will talk about it a bit later on. But right now, it only works with this. I don't know if it's gonna work with the not the dispenser, but with the repeater. But right now, it only works with the comparator, which I will explain how it works a bit later on. Alright, so let's move on to a new thing with the chests. It's now the trapped chests. So let's say I want to take this chest, see what's inside it, and what happens is it triggers a redstone signal, which can trigger whatever else works with redstone. So it's craft quite easily. You just have to put a chest, and right beside it, either on the left side or on the right side, you will get the trapped chest. It's quite a good thing to have in Minecraft. You will see the difference. They look quite the same, the normal chest and the trapped chest, but the only difference is the red thing around the lock, if I can call that a lock. That's the only difference between the two chests. This one is a bit reddish, red-brown, and this is, well, what we're used to see. And it does not output a really strong signal. It depends on how much people are looking in the chest at the same time. So let's say like I'm alone right now, I look in the chest and it outputs a signal of only 1. So it's not strong enough to go to this side and trigger the door. But yeah, it depends on how many people are looking in the chest at the same time. And then we have new ways to manage the inventory. So let's say I open the chest and I have all this stone. I can just hold left click and move my mouse around to make every block spread equally on everything, just like that, which is a pretty cool feature. And you can also just double click whenever you want to have everything back into a stack. What you can do as well is just you hold right click and it will lay down only 1 block at a time, which is again pretty cool. Here we go. Right click, double click, and that's it. So just go like that and double click again. It works pretty good. So that's pretty much it. If you, well, that's it. Oh, one more thing is, let's say in your inventory you have a whole bunch of blocks in any orders. You can just hold down shift and double click and it will bring everything down to your own inventory or back into your chest, depending on where you double click. Let's move on to a new sort of pressure plates. We have the gold pressure plate and the iron pressure plate. It works quite like the old pressure plate we all know, but these ones depends on the weight you put on them. So the gold pressure plate is the heavy one, the light pressure plate, and the other one is the heavy. It's quite simple. The more blocks you put on it, the further the signal goes. In other words, the stronger it is. So as soon as you put 1 block, it will trigger the first block, the first redstone. But if you want to go further, depending on which pressure plate you have to put more blocks. So this one is the first one plus every 4 blocks, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, Alright, let's try this again. Okay, here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second door, 1, 2, 3, 4. Third door, so every 4 plus the one you put at first. There is a limit, of course. You cannot just put everything at the same time. It cannot go like infinitely as far as you want, even though you can put as much blocks as you want on the pressure plate. It cannot go further than here. That's the limit. It cannot go further than this, which is a pretty fair amount. And this one is the same thing, but it's every 42 blocks. So you have to drop a lot of blocks before you end up with the signal being stronger. So here, about 42 blocks, and then it opens the door. Alright, let's move on to a new block. It's called the redstone block. It's pretty much the same thing as a iron block, gold block, diamond block, all that stuff, but it's made out of redstone. It's quite simple to craft. You just have to go like this, 9 by 9, 3 by 3, and you get the redstone block. Actually, it's called the block of redstone. So you can just place it down like this, and it emits a redstone signal. Obviously, it works pretty much like a redstone torch, but you can push it with pistons. So right now, you can see everything that touches the redstone block is triggered. So the redstone torch are off, the redstone lamp are on, and the pistons are open. I actually forgot on the last place here, the 2 plates are made, man, crap. Okay, let's try again. They're quite simple to make. Just take 2 iron gold ingot and you just lay them out like this, and you get the gold pressure plate. Same thing for the iron pressure plate, just like this. Alright, let's move on to the new block. It's called the hopper. It's actually still a work in progress. There is no icon for them yet. It pretty much looks like this. It's just a WIP. You can just lay them down like this, and what it does is pretty amazing. You can transport resources onto chests with these new blocks. Let's say you put something here. Let's say this cobblestone. As you can see, it goes down. It goes from here to there and to the chest, which is pretty cool. Let's pick this up before everything is gone, and let's try again. As you can see, it can go downward, and it can also go forward. Let's say you put this here, it goes like this. It moves from this one to the other one here, this one, and then this one into the chest. You can also, let's take that off, pick that up. Okay, you can also put some rails on it. Just by hold shift and left click, you can put stuff on these blocks. You can just right click and open the menu. So yeah, you just put things in your chest like this. It goes down, it works the same way, goes in the chest. So it's a good way to transport resources on a long distance without having to do the way. You don't have to walk the whole way. It does it by itself. Alright, then we have what I said before, the comparator. So I said check Nether. What? Yeah, alright. Sorry about that. So we'll check the Nether first. So let's go in the Nether. We have a few more things in the Nether. Actually, just one more. It's called the Nether quartz ore. These are ores you can find in the wild in the Nether. They are quite not rare. You can find them quite easily. Just look around and you will find a lot of them, just like right now. So it's a lot more common than coal, so you really don't have to look far to find one. So it works. You just have to mine it up. Let's switch to survival. Okay, and you just go like this and you mine it. You get XP from it, and it drops this, which is the Nether quartz. So these Nether quartz are used to craft the said comparator. Right here, it's called comparator. Let's put this to daytime. Okay, time set 1. Okay, The way the comparator works, it sounds quite complicated, but it's not actually. Well, it is a bit, but not that much. You have to understand how it works. Here it is. You have this block here, and it has three ways to input the signal, and it will output the signal on this side. So you can either input a signal from this side, or this side. Actually, these two sides, left and right, are pretty much the same thing. They do the same thing, but this one is different. So the signals that come from the side is pretty much what I call the master signal. That's the signal that tells the other one, this one, what to do. Well, not what to do, but what to be like. So let's say I turn on this switch. There is 3 blocks of redstone between the source of the current and the actual comparator. If on this side the signal is equal or stronger than the current on the sides, it will output a signal. If it's weaker, it's not gonna go through. So here's an example. 3 blocks between the source and the comparator, and 3 blocks again, it's equal, and the signal goes through and the door opens. If it's weaker, so let's say 4 blocks, it does not work. And if we opposite like this, right now it's stronger and the signal keeps on going through. So 3 blocks here, 4 blocks, so this signal is stronger than this one, signal goes through. But once again, if it's weaker, it does not work. Alright. And also the way you craft these is I don't have my stuff anymore. It's okay, I'll go get it. You need 3 of these, also 3 of these. Just lay them out like that. Place the redstone torches like this, and then you need the nether quartz. Place it there, and you get the redstone comparator. Alright, then let's move on to what you can do with it. Like I just said, you can craft the comparator just like this, and you get that. You can also craft a new block, which is a daylight sensor. So you craft it like this: wooden slab, glass, and 3 pieces of nether quartz. You get a daylight sensor. These daylight sensors, as you probably guessed it, work with the sunlight. The more sunlight you have, the stronger the signal will output this sensor. So let's say we switch this to early in the day. Signal, I gotta say one thing, the pistons are really glitchy. As you can see, these ones are supposed to be closed compared to these ones, which are not supposed to be closed, and they are open. But these ones are supposed to be closed. Whatever. So the more sunlight you have, the more pistons will open. And the less signal you have, the less. If there is no sunlight, nothing works. The more sunlight you have, the further the signal goes. So with this, you can make something pretty cool. Actually, let's talk about it on the next thing. So right here, nether bricks. So you know how you can just go in the nether, find a nether fortress, and then you will be able to mine up these nether bricks, which otherwise you wouldn't be able to get. You really have to mine them up from the fortress. Well, now you can just smelt netherrack. You smelt it and you will get a nether brick, which is pretty much the same thing as a normal brick, but you can use it to craft nether brick. So you can just go like this and you get all your nether bricks. So this is pretty cool. If you don't have the luck to find a fortress, you can always craft your own nether brick. Now I have this thing which I call the day infinity. So just like it says, it's day for infinite amount of time. So let's say I put a redstone here, like that. You can guess that right now it's daytime, so this solar panel, well, not solar panel, this sensor will output a signal which will turn off this redstone torch, which will not activate this command block, which is said to be set at the daytime. Let's say, yeah, daytime. So right now this common block does not work, but if I turn that to nighttime, let's say 18,000, it will turn off the sensor, which will turn on this torch, which will activate this common block, and then day comes back again. So it's impossible to have the night and day. Once again, night and day. You just cannot have night anymore. So let's turn that off because I don't need that right now. And it's all over the internet right now, and you can see these lamps. So I saw that somewhere, I don't remember where on the web. It's a pretty cool design, which is made from a piston, a daylight sensor, redstone lamps, and a redstone block. So whenever night comes, what happens is this sensor, which is putting this piston open, will turn off like this, and then the redstone block touches all the lamps, which turns them on. And if it's daytime, it goes down, and then the lights turn off. So it's a pretty cool way to have lamps. If you build a city or you want to have your road all lit up for the night, it's a pretty cool design. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy that. I think this snapshot is pretty amazing. I can't wait to see what's left to come. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, go see my page on Facebook and Twitter. If you like the video, click the like button, and you can always subscribe to see more videos. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.